Jack Thompson's story began not in the glow of boardrooms or the hum of stock tickers, but in the grit of a construction site where steel beams framed the sky. For 15 years, he swung hammers and hauled cement, his hands roughened by labor and his heart anchored by the love of his wife, Lisa, and their 6-year-old daughter, Emma. Life was a rhythm of packed lunches, overtime pay, and weekend trips to the park, until a crane's cable snapped. The beam that crushed his leg didn't just shatter bone, it shattered his world. Surgeons stitched him back together, but the $87,000 medical debt was a monster he couldn't outrun. Lisa left 8 months later, her voice trembling over the phone. "I can't watch you drown, Jack. Emma deserves stability." The foreclosure notice arrived the next week. Homelessness crept in like a slow poison. He lived in his pickup truck until it was towed, then slept under the 101 overpass. His only companion, a scrappy terrier mix named Duke. Winter nights gnawed at his damaged leg, and summer days baked the pavement into a griddle. He learned the hierarchy of dumpsters. Deli leftovers were gold, but the Thai place on 5th Street locked theirs. Strangers spat words like bum and our addict. Though he'd never touched a drop, pride became a luxury. One morning, he found Duke limping, a shard of glass embedded in his paw. Jack sold his wedding ring to a pawn shop for $40, just to save the dog. "You're all I got now," he whispered, bandaging Duke's foot with a torn t-shirt. The turning point came on a night so cold, his breath crystallized. Maria, a nurse from the free clinic, knelt beside his tent with a thermos of chili. "Everyone's got a story," she said, her breath puffing in the air. "What's yours?" Her question stuck like a burr. After she left, Jack stared at the thermos, its faded floral pattern reminding him of Lisa's favorite mug. "I'm more than this," he muttered, the words a spark in the dark. The next morning, he limped to Benny's auto spa, a rundown car wash off Sunset Boulevard. Benny, a grizzled ex-Marine with a cigar perpetually wedged in his teeth, eyed him skeptically. "You homeless?" Jack straightened. "I work harder than anyone you've got." Benny hired him for $8 an hour. For 6 months, Jack scrubbed tire rims until his fingers bled, polished hoods until they mirrored his gaunt face. He saved $500, cash hidden in a coffee tin under his tent. But fate laughed. One rainy night, a thief slit the tent's fabric and vanished with the tin. Jack collapsed to his knees, mud seeping through his jeans, howling into the storm. Duke nuzzled his hand, whining. "It's over," Jack choked, but Maria's voice echoed. "Fall down 7 times. Stand up 8. At dawn, he returned to Benny. "Give me the night shift, too. I'll clean the bays after closing." Benny raised an eyebrow. "You'll drop dead by Christmas. Try me." The library became his sanctuary. Between shifts, he devoured books on electronics, squinting at diagrams of circuit boards under flickering fluorescence. "Wiring's just plumbing for electrons," he joked to Duke, salvaging broken phones from recycling bins. His first repair, a shattered iPhone screen, sold for $50 at a flea market. "We're in business, buddy," he grinned, buying a soldering iron with the cash. Setbacks stalked him, a batch of phones fried by a faulty charger, a vendor who swindled him out of $200, a cold that left him feverish in his tent. But each failure taught him. Gotta test every part, he scolded himself, scribbling notes in a waterlogged journal. By year 3, Jack's Fix-It Hut was a kiosk downtown, its awning patched with duct tape. He hired 2 homeless teens, teaching them to diagnose dead batteries and corrupted software. Look past the cracks, he'd say, tapping his temple. See what's possible. When a retired stockbroker handed him a water-damaged MacBook, Jack stayed up 3 nights resurrecting it. In gratitude, the man mentored him in investing. Diversify, he urged. Tech stocks, real estate, slow and steady. Jack reinvested every spare dollar, his portfolio blooming like a stubborn weed in concrete. The $1 million threshold crept up quietly. At 52, Jack owned 6 repair shops and 3 apartment buildings. His masterpiece, though, was Thompson Homes, a shelter where residents earned job training, not handouts. You want a bed? He'd challenge. Then learn to fix a sink. Code an app. Build something. At the ribbon cutting, a reporter asked his secret. Anger, he said. Not at the world. At myself, forever thinking I deserved to stay down. On the anniversary of Duke's death, Jack knelt by a small grave. Behind the shelter, he laid down a new collar, its tag glinting. My first partner. That night, he addressed a crowd of Thompson Homes residents, his voice rough. You think rock bottom's the end? Nah, it's the foundation. Dig deep enough, and you'll strike gold. If you found Jack Thompson's journey inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful success stories. Share this video with someone who needs motivation, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Let us know in the comments, what's your biggest takeaway from this story?